He said, Stephanie, the economy has tanked. Do you think child molestation rates have gone up since the economy has tanked? People are like, well, how do you relate child molestation to the economy? Well, one thing I know about child molestation is that when people begin to lose their homes, they begin to cohabitate. Most child molestation takes place at the hands of other family members. And so when you have kids moving in with kids that have already been molested, then you have a lot of, child on child molestation taking place. So there was a whole pitch for me right there. How has the economy affected child molestation? That's what you need to be able to do with your story. Your book, whatever you're writing about. Find a way, look at stories, read the newspapers, keep up with what's going on around the world, not just in Michigan, because there will be stories that don't make the Michigan news, that will take place in Chicago, that will take place in Georgia, that will take place in Idaho. I don't care where it's happening. Just keep up with what's going on and how you can write an article, do a blog, or do anything and relate whatever you write or talk about to that story. Here's another good tip. I get Google alerts, and I Google alerts, I think 4 subjects, my name, Stephanie O. Jones. So whenever someone writes about me, I know about it. It comes in my email, which gives me the opportunity to reply to that. I Google my book title, The Enemy Between My Legs. I get a Google alert, and you can set up Google alerts. There's no cost. So whenever someone mentions my book title, it comes up. I Google child molestation. I get a Google alert for articles written about child molestation, and I get a Google alert with anything with the word sexual abuse. Now, do I get a lot of alerts? Yes, but it's worth it, because look what happens. A reporter will write a story about child molestation. What do? I respond to that reporter. And that has got me a lot of interviews, or the opportunity to be able to reply to their blogs and for them to say to me, well, hey, the next time I write about that subject, I'm going to contact you. So that's something that, you may want to do, whatever it is. If it's something, if you're in human resources, get Google alerts on the word human resources. Manufacturing, whatever it is you talk about. If you talk about being single, whatever that subject is, set up a Google alert for it. So as reporters are writing about it, then, and those articles are showing up, you can know about it, you can respond to those articles, you can write to those reporters. And when they come back to write, then you are their source. And I just got a front cover story on a paper, the Minnesota Reporter News, because of that. I reached out to a reporter that wrote a subject that was writing about it and gave them a whole new angle, because people talk about child molestation, but very seldom do people hear from someone who is so openly talking about their struggles with being molested as I do. So I'm always willing and open to give reporters my story, but I have to know who's writing about it. And so you have to keep up with whatever it is you talk about in the news. Now, I want to go back to the media kit. Your media kit should be no more than 4 to 6 pages. 4 to 6 pages. I have a cover sheet. I have my press release. I have my bio. And then, based upon the subject to me, there will be some things that you have in your media kit that someone else may not have. And that's okay. So in my media kit, I have a facts page where I list what are the most common problems, or what I consider like the top 9 issues of child molestation that people, like something like 66% of all teen pregnancies and abortions are preceded bisexual and so on. So I think those facts are important for a reporter or someone to have. So if you have a subject where you can list some profound facts, include that in your media kit. I also have an endorsement page. Now, I primarily focus on my speaking engagements and not my book. I'm a speaker and not an author. I'm a speaker that has written a book. You have authors, people who love to write, but my focus is to speak.